My name's Graham Beadle. I run the Grinning Demon shop in Maistone, a shop specialising in collectibles, comics, board games and card games. And I'm also the organiser of our twice yearly event, Demoncon. This year's Demoncon was our most successful yet, but we started 4 years ago with 12 friends in a coffee shop. We got about 100 people through the door that day, which in a coffee shop is a bit too many. So we quickly realised we need to expand. We moved on to the Hazlitt Theatre, and it's just grown and grown from there. A year and a half ago, the Royal Star Arcade turned around to us and offered the venue as a free venue for each Demoncon we wanted to run. And overall, we're finding now people are coming to us, wanting to have a table at Demoncon rather than me chasing down people. And they like the fact it's natural light. They like the fact it's got a natural sort of flow to the way people walk around the building. And going on to this time, we had more people through the door than ever before. The number of families we got was awesome. One of my pet hates with cons, although I go to all of them, or most of them, is the fact that it's so geek orientated. But with this, it's a case of just people coming along and everyone seemed really happy. We had, mum, dad, kid, daughter, son, daughter there, lots of groups, and probably about 60% of the people that came through the door were families, which is something unheard of at cons. So it was a very different vibe, and something commented by a lot of the bigger names that we had, how although they didn't necessarily make as much money as they do at the big cons, they enjoyed it far more. And also the fact we had so much cosplay this time, which was good, because we've not really had that before. So. So we had 38 artists, a handful of writers, then we had about half a dozen stalls. We had a pyro art exhibition, a sculpting exhibition. We had the Kent Roller Girls skating around towards the tail end. So yeah, each time we've done one, we've had a sort of a big name for each event. In the past, we've had Ian Churchill, we had Kieran Gillen. So we've had a number of names. Mark Lamming are all have been attended. Mark Lamming is sort of semi-regular. Dan and Clint Langley were the two big names for this one. It's the first one that Clint's attended, and the feedback from him was really positive. So he's looking to come back for future events. Dan, we're very fortunate to have as a regular in the shop. He lives in Maidstone, so he comes in most weeks, and we have quite a good rapport with him.
My name is Dan Abnett. I'm a comic book writer, novelist and game writer, many other things like that. I'm here today to just meet people and talk to people and have a nice time. Demoncon is a fantastic event, and I think I've been to almost every single one since it started. It's my local comic shop and I like to support it. I particularly enjoy wandering around looking at what the artists are doing, because it's a great opportunity to see people drawing stuff in front of you. Guardians of the Galaxy. I wrote Guardians of the Galaxy in 2008, and it existed as a comic before then, and it has existed afterwards. But it was that run, the 2008 run, that James Gunn, the director, chose as the inspiration for the movie. Although I'm not writing Guardians of the Galaxy, from October I'll be writing a new ongoing series from Marvel called Guardians 3000, which will be a companion piece to the main Guardians of the Galaxy comic, and it features the original characters from the 1968 origin, which is a completely different bunch of characters 1,000 years in the future. So there'll be two versions, which is a good fun thing to do. It's great. I mean, this is the first con of any sort, but particularly Demoncon that I've done since Guardians came out, and there's been a bigger reaction to it. I've had at least one Star-Lord and at least one Gamora in full costume come up and, can you sign this? And I go, yeah, can I get my photograph taken with you? Because it's great to see the cosplay and everything. It is fun. I always enjoy this day. Demoncon is the perfect film, television and comic convention because it's not vast. It's in a really good location, and there is an opportunity to interface with the other members of the public, people in costume, and artists and writers and creators, and actually have proper conversations and get your autographs and stuff like that, rather than being overwhelmed by 10,000 people in a sweaty box, which doesn't, is not a good day out as far as I'm concerned.
We've got big plans for our one in February. With the money we've made at this one, we've put a lot of that aside. So we're looking to fly people over from the States for the next one. We've secured a few more big British names, but at the same time we want to stay grounded. We don't want to become like every other con. So we're keeping the number of big names to just a handful, keeping a lot of independent stuff and mixing in other stuff that you wouldn't normally see at conventions. So it does keep that vibe that that everyone seems to love. The mission is introducing people to comics and showing that comics aren't just about spandex.